Mama, what is it? Eh? Ah! Mama! Okay, have you taken drugs? Eh?
I don't want to take any drug. I just want to die.
Mama, how can you say that now? Don't say that. You won't die. And you know Jeko will not be happy to see you like this.
Jeko is no longer here. Jeko is gone. He will not see me again. I didn't even have a grandchild for me before he died. I want just to die.
Mama, God knows best. God knows best. Hey, you can't do this to yourself. You will not die. Stop saying this. Please don't talk like this. Please.
If you don't want me to talk like this, then give me a grandchild. A grandchild that will continue my husband's lineage. I'm all alone. I'm feeling lonely. Please, my daughter, please. Oh.
But Mama, you know that's not possible. I wasn't married to Jeko before he died. It won't work.
I can still marry you. I can marry you in his absence. It's still the same thing. Oh, it won't change anything.
But honestly, I am being fair here. You know it yourself that you don't have anything more remaining here in this house. I am thinking you should go back. Go back to your parents' house. You don't have a son anymore. And your husband is late. And you have an aged mother. I think the best thing for you to do is to leave. Go back and take care of your mother. Instead of staying back here, wasting. Yeah? Or the woman.
This is my husband's house. I am not going anywhere. This is my house.
This is where the way.
Yes, this is my house. How can you ask me to leave my house?
Babanga! Who is my man? God, the only Baba. Hey, what's up? What do? Baba.
I give you enough money for you to be doing your nonsense outside. Why will you finally bring in an exhibit into my house?
Babanga, this one is not SB. This one is direct machine. Kinko machine. Babanga, this one, 2 more children for West. 1 shot, 3 children. Yes. I want to say hi to my father.
Good afternoon, sir. I've heard so much about you. Your son has told me so many amazing things, and I'm happy I met you finally. Good afternoon.
Like I said, I'm still like this one is terrible. Direct machine. You like this one? You know, this one too much good. I hope there is too much food in the house because where we are coming back from, we have already finished ourselves. Papa. Let's go inside. Let us finish. Can't finish anyone.
Alright.
Papa, let us see later. Let me go and die.
So you're really going to allow this?
I don't understand. Any woman who can reproduce a child for this family is allowed now. Why are you already meaning into it?
And you resisted my son from picking a wife.
But I later allowed him. I later gave my approval. What did he do? He sped off with that useless car. I pleaded with him to sell, and he refused to sell. That same car finally killed Joko. Don't make me to remember what I've already forgotten. Because had it been I stood my ground, Joko would not have died. He wouldn't have died. Yeah?
I've made up my mind to marry Jeko, give birth to his kids, and just walk away.
Listen, girl. I don't want it to be like I'm telling you what to do. But look, this doesn't add up at all. It doesn't make any sense. Chiku is dead and should be forgotten. Why are you trying to do this to yourself?
I know what you mean. Believe me, I tried to ignore this, but I just feel this heavy burden on my spirit. I can't even ignore this burden. I need to do this. And I love Chiku. Because of that, I will make the sacrifice for him. As long as it will make him happy wherever he is. I'll do it.
You're wrong. Yes, this will not make him happy. In fact, I know that your parents will never allow you to do this.
My parents?
Yes. Think about it.
My parents know me very well. They know that I am strong-willed and they know better than to meddle in my life.
I see that you have gone mad. You have gone mad.
I want to have a look.
Sit down. What is it about?
I want to marry Norma for my son Jay.
Why will you say a thing like that?
Now you know why I would say a thing like that.
Now, let me tell you something, Wanyabamili. I was among the men who married you into this family. In fact, I went with my late brother to go and pay your bride price. So you should be able to know the kind of things you are suggesting in this family, not to think of even carrying them out. Are you sick in the head? How can you say that?
Jay is my son and I have every right as a mother to marry a wife for my son in his absence. I'm lonely here. I need a grandchild at least.
Okay. I understand where you're coming from. But I think you're going about the solution the wrong way. To solve your loneliness, the best thing you have to do is to pack your things and go back to your parents' house. Of course, I give it to you. You have tried your best. You have been an excellent wife. You have been like a mother to the family. But your best was not good enough. You were able to give my late brother just a son, and that son was not able to reproduce another son for the family. So the best thing for you to do to solve your loneliness is to go back to your parents' house. You are still very fresh. Hey, look at him. You can still find an old man or even a young man who will be able to remarry you, and both of you can start something. Okay? I've given my consent, so you go ahead.
I have made up my mind to go ahead with that marriage, and that is my decision.
Well, you are free to go ahead and decide something. That is, by the time you are back in your father's house, you can make all the decisions there. In this family, I am the one who decides everything. And I have told you now what I have decided, that you are free to go back to your father's house and continue. Look at you, okay? You are still very fresh. I look at you every day. Look at you. You still paint your nails. You still paint your fingers and all these things. Rub all these things that these small girls are rubbing. You are still very fresh. So there is no way you cannot find another, young man who will actually, go down with you and, hit you so hard. I have not begged you before. But if you leave, you will see people we will ask, you to do that. And then you can, reproduce with them. That is what I have decided. And that is what you are going to do. You are not pregnant.
What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? Does it mean you have decided to render your own life useless? No, does it mean you have no value for your own life at all?
Sir, I don't understand. What are you talking about?
You don't know what I'm talking about. Norma, I heard you are planning to be married to Jeku in death. Are you mad? No, are you not scared? Have you bothered to ask yourself what happened to Jeku? Why he died the way he died? And you want to come and become his wife in death? Don't you have value for your life? Does it mean that you are not bothered about your parents?
Sir, I promised to do this for Jeku because of the love I have for him.
So because of love, you are going to useless your life. You will lose your life because of love. Even if you don't have any value for your life, are you not bothered about your parents? How are they going to feel if what happened to Jeku should happen to their daughter?
Nothing will happen to me, sir.
Really? Then let me tell you, I will happen to you. Norma, stay away from my family. Stop thinking about Jeku. Jeku is dead and gone. Let it remain like that. If you continue in this path you are treading in, Norma, I will happen to you. If you're not here. In work that do. Hey! And where do you think you're going? Come back here. Good afternoon. Neck or cake. Sit down. I shall sit down. You are here to see my son, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, I just came to give him money that I owe him.
You came to give my son money?
Yes, sir.
You owe him some money?
Yes, sir.
Where is the money? Give me the money.
Okay, money. Sir,
The money.
Yes, the money. It seems like I forgot the money in the house. Let me just...
Hey. Sit down. Sit down. Nneka is your name, right?
Yes, sir.
Now you listen to me. I don't know what my son told you. And I don't know what you saw in my son. I don't know what both of you are doing. But let me tell you, my son will never marry you. So if there is anything you are hoping to achieve with him, kill it now. Stay away from my son, or you are going to force me to unleash the totality of Ogbuefi Amadi Ebube on you. And when I do that, Neko Keke, when you force me to do that, you will not even see where you are going to hide. Get out. Wait. What did I say?
You said I should stay away from your son. I will not see. I won't come close to your son again. Thank you, sir. Go, sir. Thank you, sir.
Nonsense. let me see you here, can you? Or anywhere close to my son, if I can.
That man is evil. That man is a devil. Can you imagine he threatened me? That if I value my life, I should stay away from his son. Or else, he will unleash the totality of himself on me. Can you imagine? Hey.
Unleash the totality of himself on you. What does that mean?
How in the world am I supposed to know? I just know that that man is evil.
Anyways, I called you here because of a serious issue that I cannot seem to process alone.
Whether that issue can be more serious, the fact that I cannot be with the man that I love. I cannot marry the man I love. Oh, because his father is the devil. Ah, it shall not be well with you, Ogwefi. It shall not be well with you.
It's actually because of this same Ogwefi that I want to talk to you.
What happened? Did he do something to you?
My sister. I was just lying on that bench. I think maybe like a daydream, I just slept off. And I had this dream. In the dream, Ogwefi wanted to kill me. But I escaped.
It's a lie.
The scary part of it is that as soon as I opened my eyes from that dream, I saw Ogwefi walking right into my compound, like that same minute that I woke up.
It's a lie. Wait, tell me you're joking.
No, I'm not.
What's he doing in your house?
That he came to warn me to stay away from his family. If not, what happened to Jeku will happen to me. In fact, he said that he himself will happen to me.
You see it? I said it. I said it. That man is pure evil. That man is a devil. Hey! But wait, does it mean that he has a hand in Jeku's death?
You know, I've been forcing my mind not to go that route because I'm confused at this point. I am really confused.
There's no way we say that if he doesn't have a hand in Jeku's death.
Seriously, I don't get it. Why does he not want Jeku to get married? What did Jeku do to him?
That man is a devil. That man is evil. I'm telling you. Anyway, let's forget about him. So now, what are you going to do? Are you still going ahead with the marriage?
Mama.
Yes.
Please, I came to tell you that I cannot continue with the marriage plans anymore. Please, I want to cut off every tie I have with your family and just go my way. Please.
Why are you saying this? Did I offend you in any way?
No, Mama, you did not. Please, but I cannot continue. I value my life. I don't want to be careless with my life. I don't want to die.
I don't understand. Why are you saying all this? Is there anything you want to tell me? Tell me if I went wrong, I will fix it.
No, Mama, you haven't done anything wrong. You have not. But I can't do anything about it. I just cannot continue. Please.
You can't abandon a poor widow like me at this point. You're my last hope. Don't do this. Tell me if there's anything wrong. I will fix it.
See, Ogwefi Amadiebube came to my house to warn me.
Huh?
Yes, he told me that if I should continue with the marriage plans to Jeku, that what happened to Jeku will happen to me. I don't want anything to happen to me, Mama, please. I wanted to do this for Jeku, but at this point, I can't.
I've had enough. I thought getting a wife for Jeku would solve everything. I didn't know I was busy doing irrelevant things instead of focusing on the goal. Now I know that there's something more important than this. I was busy chasing shadows. Hi!
Mama, take it easy. It's all right. It's not the end of the world. That Nneoma refused Jeku does not mean we cannot find another woman for Jeku.
No, I'm not ready to find another woman now. There's something more important than finding another woman. I am not going to find another woman for Jeku. There's something more important than finding another woman for him. And that is what I'm going to handle now. In fact, it's no longer time to talk, but time to act.
And what important thing is that?
Ọtụtụ nzu agụleri, ọtụtụ nzu nwere ibubo nwee ekwensu, ọtụtụ nzu ọzọpụta onye ọ dịara, onwudo onye kwuru bịa mgba, arụsị girigi ọgụ, ọrụsị anyị ji eme obodo ewu, ọtụtụ nzu, kunie zam. Why? It's not good.
I came because I know that my husband and my son did not die a natural death. But ask me of the evidence. I don't have. That is why I could not report it to the police. And I heard of Otutunzu. That is why I came. I know that Otutunzu is a spirit. And as the chief priest of this deity, I want to plead with you for Otutunzu to pin down the killers of my husband and my son.
Is that all?
Yes.
Otutunzu, you have had her. Otutunzu, nwere ibubo nwee ekwensu, you have had this woman. Otutunzu, she believes that some people are behind the death of her husband and son. Otutunzu, she cannot find them, and that is why she is here, for you to help her find them. She cannot fight them. And that is what brought her here, for you to help her fight them. Otutunzu, you and I know that human life is so sacred. Whosoever kills a human being has banished peace. Otutunzu, it has never been reported that anybody came to you and go back empty-handed. Otutunzu, if what this woman reported is right, Otutunzu, do not disappoint her. Otutunzu, rise and fight for her! Rise and fight for her!
You look sad. You look like you have lost all hope. What is it, Mama?
My dear, I've seen worse things than this. That is why I went to the gods for them to take my life, and they refused. I wonder why they are still keeping me alive till now.
Maybe because you have not finished what you were sent to do.
What is it that I have not done? I am an empty woman. The best thing that will happen to this life now is death.
Don't say that. It is usually not easy, but life gives us opportunities.
So opportunities, my dear, are not worth it.
Mama, let me tell you a story. I was born into a wealthy family. I had 5 siblings and my parents. Life was moving so well for us until one day I lost everything. In a day, I lost my whole family. And in order not to lose myself, I had to run to Otutunzu for protection.
And ever since then, I've been alive. So you see, I totally understand what you're passing through.
You mean you don't have anyone at all?
But Tutunzu is the only family I have.
You want me to give you more money? What happened to the last money I gave you? How did you spend it?
Papa, you told me I should stop bringing women into this house. Do you think paying for a hotel is easy? It's very, very expensive.
Then you have to understand that the best way is to control the number of women you are moving out with. I don't understand. Must you sleep with all the women in this town? Must you finish my money because I gave you permission to be sleeping with women? And you have not even managed to impregnate any of them. And you're still opening your mouth talking. Does it mean you don't want to give me grandchildren or what? What is going on?
Walai, Papa, I'm ready to give you grandchildren. I am capable. I'm still young and active. But the problem here is that none of these here will accept to have pregnant for me without me bringing them into this house.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then what you need to do is to make a choice. Look at all of them and select one who is responsible that can become pregnant for you. But you have to agree with her that she must not spend the night here. Because all these women, they will always start feeling as if they are already wives by the time they start spending the night. This person will have an agreement with you that he will come during the day, and once it is getting dark, she leaves. Do everything possible to make her pregnant. And then when she delivers the child, we are going to take the child and settle her. And then she leaves. That's the business. Are you good to go?
Yes. I'm good. I will do exactly as you said. I will select the most beautiful and intelligent one among all of them.
The beauty is not my problem here. The issue is the one that will just become pregnant.
Inshallah. I will do as you said. I will bring her here and get her pregnant. She's not sleeping over. I will do as you said. Baba Anna, when am I expecting the money you promised me for my palm oil business?
But that is the problem we have. Before you came in, I never had problem selling lands. Any land I marked for sale, within 1 week, the land is sold. But since you came back, I have no money to sell any land. I'll be setting business for all the lands I marked for sale. None of them, we have not sold any of them. So I don't know the kind of spirit you came back with. You need to readjust your spirit so that business can be going.
My own spirit not good.
Listen, readjust your spirit. I don't know the kind of spirit you can beat.
Baba, which spirit am I going to be using now? Should I swap my spirit with Ibrahim's spirit?
Which
spirit? My own spirit.
What are you going to do? Since you come back, everything is standstill. Even to get a woman pregnant, you cannot get a woman pregnant. Can you leave now? What gain are you for? What gain? Readjust your spirit one way or the other. Find somebody that you can, make pregnant. And then readjust your spirit so that business can be going.
Okay. I will readjust my spirit. I will change my spirit to my life. I will change my spirit.
Jeku has no wife. I told you that before, and I'm telling you that again. You see this thing that is standing here? I don't know the lies that Mama Jeku told you. I don't know what she heaped on your head that made you come here and be fooling yourself, thinking you're Jeku's wife. I am the head of this family, and I'm telling you that there is no way you can ever be a wife in this family.
Baba, now that is not right.
What?
It is not right.
Ofonedu, when you are done with the cursed one, calling others cursed, you know where to find me.
Yes.
I want to marry her for Jeku as soon as possible. And I'll do it without Ubuefi's consent. Because it's obvious that he doesn't want me to marry for my son.
Well, are you sure this Otutun's deity will allow you to marry her? Because she belongs to the gods. there might be a problem.
No. I made all my inquiries before coming up with this decision. Okay. And the girl is ready to get married.
Well, of course you would like to experience freedom. Yeah. I'm only concerned about what other things involved. That's what I'm only concerned about. Because you cannot joke with the gods, the things that belong to the gods. You can't.
The priest of this deity is an honest, is a decent and well-educated man. He has no problem with me marrying the girl of the deity.
Well, this is sounding very nice. Mama, do not hesitate to call me in case you need anything. I'll be there for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to get a wife for my son without Ubuefi's consent, because all the obvious that he doesn't want me to marry for my son.
Do you think the Otutunzu deity will allow you to marry her? Remember, she belongs to the gods. And I hope there will not be any problem.
I made enough inquiries before getting to this decision. And the girl in question is ready to get married.
Of course, I know she wants her freedom. But I'm thinking about the other things. You know, you cannot joke with somebody that belongs to the gods. Are you prepared for this?
The man taking care of this deity is a decent and well-educated man. He has no problem me marrying the girl off from the deity.
Well,
there's no problem.
If you say so, it's getting better already. Okay, I shall be with you. If you need anything, do not hesitate to call me. I shall be with you.
That is all.
And when you see.
Papa! One! And where are you coming from? If you check me out, you will know that Ofoneru is not in a regular attire. Papa, you need to experience what happened today.
Where are you coming from?
Let me land. Papa, I am coming back from Aguleri. Yes, Aguleri. We went there to marry one beautiful angel for my brother Jebu. What?
Yes, that's not possible. There is no way that woman will ever marry any woman for Jebu without me. It's not possible.
Papa, it's possible. And I just told you now that I went with them. Papa, and I represented you very well. Active. Papa, you need to see your son. All they need is a male child from our family that will sit and represent this family. Papa, I went there. Your son. Like this.
Papa, you need to shut up. They ask you to do that. They ask you to come and do that and you went without telling me?
Yes, peacefully. I went there peacefully. Papa, is it wrong? Is it? I'm sorry if it's wrong. Papa, Mama Jebu just told me today, and I have no choice. I have to go with her since they said they need a male child from my family just to sit and represent. I have no choice than to follow her. Since the journey was far and I thought you were not going to go there, I have no choice than to go with her. You understand? Father, you need to see your son, Father. Man, Papa, if you see beautiful girls in a grade, hey, Papa, get there, you will soon be in law.
You are a good.
Me, what do I do, Papa?
You are a good. Ha! I don't have anything to tell you. Let me see that woman first.
Papa, hey, I'm not touching anything. I should not touch your collar. Papa, see, I'm your son. Papa, you need to see Abule the women. Papa, come.
Welcome. This is your house.
Thank you, Mama.
Okay, feel at home. In fact, if you feel tired, you can come here and lie down, Zuike. Oh?
No problem, Mama.
Hey, maybe we can show you your room. Oh?
Okay, Mama.
Let's
Thank
go. Okay, no. Hey, let's go. Let me go and show you your room. Eh?
Where is that woman? Where is she? Come out here.
Nah, good afternoon.
What is good about this afternoon? No, what is this nonsense I am hearing? That you went and married a wife for my late brother's son? And I don't know anything about it? How is that possible?
Nah, see, the journey was so far. In fact, it's so long. I figured out that you'll be so tired. In fact, you would not like to take such a long journey with us. That is why I took your son. I went with your son. You know, he's also the man of the house.
Hey, shut up. Shut up. You're talking nonsense. Now let me tell you, take that woman. I don't even want to see her. Take her back to wherever you brought her from. And let me tell you that as the head of this family, no woman has been married and she's not welcome here. Take her back.
What? Don't give yourself high blood pressure. See that woman? I married her according to the customs and traditions of Agulere. She's fully married. I paid her marital bride price. So she's a wife. And she's going nowhere. She stays in this house.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm just stating the obvious.
No, you are daring me now?
Just saying the obvious. Yeah? Welcome. Oh?
There is no way that can ever happen.
You are too smart to my liking. How do you figure that I was lying? Everyone I told this story never doubted me except you.
Well, it's simple. I only analyzed it and came to the conclusion that it can never happen.
You may not understand that you have this blessing from the gods that many professors do not have.
I know you are flattering me and I know that. Well, thank you.
And what is this cursed woman doing with you? No. Who gave you the right to become very free in my house? Talking freely with my son, are you mad?
Babana, this is Jegusi Yani. Why are you talking?
Hey! Jeku has no wife. I told you that before, and I'm telling you that again. You see this thing that is standing here? I don't know the lies that Mama Jeku told you. I don't know what she heaped on your head that made you come here and be fooling yourself, thinking you're Jeku's wife. I am the head of this family, and I'm telling you that there is no way you can ever be a wife in this family. Don't worry about it.
Babana, that is not right.
What?
It is not right.
Ofonedu, when you are done with the cursed one, calling others cursed, you know where to find me.
Yes.
My darling wife, this is my very good friend, Obonaya. He's a good man. I'd like for you to take care of him, like you would have taken care of me. He's my best friend. He can be trusted.
I know. I saw it in him. And I will do as you wish.
Thank you, my darling. Obonaya, I want you to take care of my wife and children. Look after them.
You can count on me. I'll do just that. You can count on me.
I know. But I can count on you.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Obonna.
How did you get to know my name?
I met you not long ago.
How? Where? When?
How? Where? When? I will tell you all that, but not today.
You're sounding very mysterious.
Do I?
Yes.
Welcome. Please sit.
Thank you.
So, what can I offer you?
Yourself is good enough for me. No, I don't mean it that way. What I meant to say is that your presence is good enough for me.
I totally understand what you meant. And just so you know, I am all yours. Anytime, any day.
I'm not sure I heard that properly.
A lot of things are better done than described.
If I ever see you with that evil woman again, I am going to handle you the way it will shock you. It will shock you how I will handle you. Try it again. Can you tell me what is the problem? Why are you sending everyone around you away? I am not sending anyone away. I am trying to protect myself. Anybody who wants to kill me must die before me. Get that in mind.
Papa, I don't understand what this means. But to be honest with you, you are making life unbearable for people around you, including myself upon you. I'm feeling it. If I knew that this is the kind of father that I have, I would never bother myself to do for you.
Are you sick or what? How can you say that kind of thing to me? How dare you? No, do you want me to fall out with you before you call yourself to a meeting? Are you mad?
Father, if you don't want to wake up one day alone in agony, stop treating people poorly. Stop debating on how they live their lives. I will not want you again.
You are warning me. You won't want me again. This one. And where are you coming from?
Your wife and I went for school. Do you have a problem with that?
Who is Jeku's wife? Is it this retired prostitute? Is it this harlot who I can bet you has lost every elasticity? Who has no bearing down there? Is it this animal who cannot find any husband anywhere? You brought it to this family to come and reap where she has not sown anything?
And you have to stop it. Don't call her that. What? She is my son's wife.
Nobody is your son's wife. I am the head of this family, and I have told you before that there is no woman married here. So I don't know what you are doing with this thing. You're not telling me that you went for everything strolling. What kind of nonsense strolling is that?
I have tried to make you understand that I'm a wife in this family.
You're not a wife.
I have tried to stretch hand of amenity to you, but you refused. Stop coming for me. If I retaliate, you will not know what hits you. Mom, I will be inside if you need. Okay.
Inside whose house? Can you see the curse you brought into this family?
She is not a curse. She is my son's wife, and stop calling her that.
Okay, Napa.
I'm talking to you.
than men who will live with them till the end. Evil than men who will live with them till tomorrow. Evil than men who will live with them till the end. The more you get power, the more you want.
Oh, wait, Grandma David. Good morning, sir.
You must be very stupid. They always call me by my name as if they are dead. Are you sick in the head? So you have not grown wigs to the extent that you are bringing men into this house. To the extent of bringing in that sort of a cow to come and spend the night here? Are you mad or something?
Oh, wait, if you watch how you speak to me. I have told you this before, and I'll still tell you again. I am not one of those women you frighten. Be very careful.
Hey, listen to me. I don't know the very promise that useless woman made to you, that made you to come here and be wasting yourself. But I'm going to advise you. Leave this place now that you still have your whole body members intact. Get out of this place. Or do you want your family to come and carry you as a corpse? Is that what you want?
Oh, wait, my name is Miloma. And if you're wise, you will be very careful of what you say.
Hey, what is that with the idiot? Your name is Miloma, you're telling me that? Are you mad? Listen, there is a reason I'm still tolerating you. That is because of what they said about your background. But you are beginning to push me to the wall. And let me tell you, if you push me harder than you have done already, I am going to make you regret ever leaving where you came from to come here. It's a promise. Hey, I'm talking to this girl and she is laughing at me. By the time I am done with this girl, she will never be able to understand what hit her. Am I not finished? Where are all my documents? Hey. Is this you?
Where you're a man, Luther. And evil. You're looking for your documents. They are with my wife.
Are you telling me you are the one who took my documents? Why?
Oboefi Amadi Ebube, you have proven to be a man who cannot be trusted with anything. Therefore, the documents you search for have been withdrawn from you and given to my wife. If you want these documents, you must submit to my wife as one who has been brought into this family to sanitize a once peaceful and beautiful family that you destroyed with your charms and
Evil that men do will live with them till tomorrow.
Where are the documents?
Evil that men do will live with them till the end.
You decided to stop everyone from getting married.
because the fool told you that someone will challenge you. If you are not an evil man, why would you have a problem with your sons rising above you?
Hey, shut up. You are not supposed to be asking me any question. You're supposed to be answering my own. And I'm going to ask you the question again. Where are the documents you stole from my drawer?
They are not your documents. They belong to my late father-in-law. And I have kept them where your evil hands will not reach.
Are you going to give me the documents? Or do you want me to kill you? Thank God this is a dream. Because I am afraid. I am afraid that this is that very woman you warned me against. That I should not allow them to bring into my family. I am having this fear that this one now is the one. I have done everything possible to send her out, but it appears as if she's not very comfortable and very relaxed in my own house. And now they have stolen my documents. The documents I kept in my drawer. And without those documents, I am finished.
So?
I don't want to be by so.
No, I wonder what you want me to do. Because my duty as a seer is to reveal the problems and solutions of a problem, a calamity coming towards mankind. I possibly advise them on how to get it solved.
Yes, you did.
I have done.
Yes, you told me that an evil woman will be married into my family. And that she is going to put the last nail on my coffin. That I should avoid the woman coming into my family, which I did. I frustrated every effort they made to marry a wife for Jopu. Jopu did not marry any woman until he finally died. I need you to confirm to me. This very demon that my late brother's widow married through the back door, is she the one?
Oh, well, I don't know. It might interest you to hear this, Obuefi. Obuefi Amadi Ebube. There is nothing like marriage through the back door. What? Once a woman is married, she is married.
No. That one that is tormenting my life is not married. I am Obuefi Amadi Ebube, the head of Amadi Ebube family of Umitam. And I was not there when they married this woman. Is it ever possible that the head of a family is not part of the marriage that brings a woman into his family? It's not possible. She is not married. They brought her through the back door. Confirm to me that she is the one.
Now listen. In case it might interest you to hear this. That woman was married from a deity. a deity highly elevated. A highly elevated deity. As highly elevated as the Otutunzu of Aguleri. And the woman in question is the very woman that will strike the last nail upon your coffin. And there is nothing anyone can do about it.
Don't do that. What do you mean by that? I don't understand. This is not the time for you to do all this character of your teeth. There's a serious issue here. How do I solve this problem?
Leave that woman. Leave that woman alone. You have lost it. Yes. Because you cannot wage wars against the gods. I used to tell you that if you want to display smartness, do that when you are up there on the tree, not when you are down already. Oh, how about Dalucha and Agobanko? You have lost it, you have lost it.
I've lost it?
Yes, except where you feel you can still do anything, you still have the powers, you can fight. Go ahead and exercise your powers, but don't involve me. Don't involve Owe Fianyan Afuechi.
Like, how much can I give you?
I don't need your money.
I am not one of those men they lead out and abandon. If I start anything with you, I must end it with you. Idiot.
That you're living here already as wife to Jeko is not why I'm happy. I am happy because you have conceived a child that will come into this family and make everyone happy.
Does it mean that you're pregnant already?
I'm surprised that she knows because I confirmed it this morning and I've not even told my mother-in-law.
You came with a star to brighten this family. And this child in your womb will come here, salvage everything that is wrong in this family.
The child in whose womb?
I smell blood. You are too evil to even listen and hear this news. You have murdered peace. And for this reason, you shall know no peace for the rest of your life.
You know I don't have your time. Shouting is your stock in trade. Moving around and talking nonsense. I'm not here. I'm not even seeing. Listen. Are you the one with the child?
Not just a child, but that child that will come into this family, amend, rewrite the history of this family. The family you almost destroyed.
You are a fool to say that. Now, if you know what is good for you, leave this family. Now that you still have your whole body intact, get out with that cursed pregnancy.
I am going nowhere. For I have a husband who has already accepted me into this family. Live with it, or I will be the last person that will put the last nail on your coffin.
Ogwefi Amade Bube, you should know when to stop. This is a woman of the gods. Don't threaten her.
You know you are a fool to remind me of that useless language of the last nail on a coffin. Do you know who you are talking to? You have just 1 minute to get out of this compound or I am going to blow you into smithereens.
I go nowhere. I am going nowhere.
She goes nowhere.
You're not going to shut up?
more you get money, the more you need some more. Where's okay? On my age you are for. The more you soil your hand, the more you go the more. If I did not balance it, the greed of power will tie and hold you down. Evil that men do will live with them till tomorrow. Evil that men do will live with them till the end. Evil that men do will live with them till tomorrow. Evil that men do will live with them till the end. If Obuni neme achona na okwu maka ọbịakwa n'ebe gị gbaga ọnụlube nwanne agbakwa na udo nwanne kacha mma. Evil that men do will live with them till tomorrow.